Hello. So today's video is going to be the top 5 carry battleships by tier. So we're going to be going through each of the tiers: tier 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're not going to be doing 5 and we're not going to be doing 4 and below. Those don't really matter as much. We're just doing 5 and above today. So let me know what you guys think are your 5 through 10 tier battleships, are like really good carry battleships. But let's hop into it. So to start off with tier 5, it's going to be the the Caesar. This thing is an absolute monstrosity at tier 5. A lot of you may not know what this ship is, but it was a very old premium back in the day, a couple of years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago at this point. This ship is a monstrosity for its 320 millimeter guns, has very strong damage with the AP, great HE as well as great maneuverability and good armor as well for a tier 5 battleship. This thing was a dev strike machine. It still is for cruisers. 5, tier 6, and 7 cruisers. This thing can just put a whooping on all of them. Unfortunately, over time, they did remove the ship and they introduced the Novo instead, which is a tier 6 nerfed version of this. So they were going to originally nerf this ship, but the community protested them trying to nerf it. So they kind of just put it on the back burner and removed the ship over time. And then they just made it where they brought out a Novo, which is a tier 6 version of what they were going to do to this ship, which that ship is absolutely horrible. So this is tier 5. For tier 6, it's going to be the old reliable Warspite. Now you can still get the Warspite today, and the Warspite is also a ship you can usually get for free by just signing up for the game using someone's referral link. It's one of the most common premiums that people are going to have in the game due to that referral link that they get from pretty much anyone. Like, you just click on here and you go to recruiting station, you copy that link, you give it to somebody, and then when they play, they'll get the Warspite over time. This ship has amazing guns. It's not very maneuverable, but the guns themselves are 381s. And with those amazing guns, they just put a whooping on absolutely everything. Does really well on handling flanks. Is a really good carrying ship for tier 6. Now there are other good tier 6 ships as well. Even though I don't like the ship, funny enough, the Fuso is also an amazing tier 6 battleship as well for carrying matches. I've done that many of times, being forced by my community to play this ship. But it does do a very good job at carrying tier 6 matches. So let me know what you guys think of the tier 6s. For the tier 7 battleships, I have to put in here the Scharnhorst 43. The Scharnhorst 43 is what everyone wanted. It's everything that everyone wanted from the original Scharnhorst. Like, everyone loves to play the Scharnhorst as a secondary brawler, get in there, kind of fighting machine, right? Well, that's exactly what the Scharnhorst 43 does. You can get the Scharnhorst 43 for coal. This ship comes with a engine boost, and it has better secondaries in comparison to the Scharnhorst. But with that engine boost and better secondaries, the guns are worse at dispersion, so they're way less accurate. So the Scharnhorst 43, more of a brawler, better secondaries, quicker reloading torps. While the Scharnhorst is more now the mid to long range version, having better gun accuracy and then longer reload for the guns. Overall, this ship is a very strong carrying ship for tier 7. Very tanky, great secondaries, good brawler. Just get in there, get the job done, finish the match, in and out. Pretty quick. Really good overall. If you guys have any suggestions of other tier 7 ships you think are really good carry ships, let me know in the comments. I'm actually pretty curious on this one. Now for tier 8, I gotta do like 3 ships for this one, okay? So first one is gonna be Massachusetts. Massachusetts, one of the oldest premiums in the game, been around for a very long time. Great brawler, great secondaries, good main guns. Good survivability, good anti-air, just strong ship overall. Really fun to play. Does a really good job overall. Unfortunately, you can't get the Massachusetts anymore. You can only get it from Santa containers or during the Black Friday event, which is where you can get the B version of the ship. Another choice is going to be the Lenin, which theoretically you could legit put this thing in a tier 9 or a tier 10 match and it would do perfectly fine. Nowadays, probably tier 9. Like, you could legit just make this ship a tier 9 and it would just do great. It would just do fantastics on its own. This thing is absolutely broken when it's unleashed in a tier 8 matchmaking only. This thing is so hard to kill. I know that for the armor, like 45mm isn't the best. It's still tanky for a tier 8. You do get a 32mm bow with 100mm armor thickness for the armor belt for the bow, like the lower bow. It does have a nice citadel protection as well, but again, you don't want to just show broadside. But the thing is that there's a lot of deck space, but the guns also take up a lot of that deck space. So a lot of the time when you're trying to aim for these very small, by the way, very small superstructures with the 19mm, the rest is 60 and 45. This is very small. You're going to hit the guns a lot of the time if they're just sitting bow in, which most Lenin players are going to be bow in. So HE throwers, a lot of time are going to be hitting here, and it's going to be really hard to hit this small section right here. So it makes this ship extremely tanky and hard to kill with HE or AP overall. It's really hard. So a lot of the time, if you're trying to kill a Lenin, you have to just burn it out. You just spam HE, pray you get fires, and you waste those damage control parties until they're out, and you make him run out of heals, and then you kill him at that point because he just burns out at that point. And that's really one of the only ways to really kill him effectively. Or you just get lucky with some good AP cells on the side if he does happen to show broadside. But a lot of time, you're not going to get that lucky. Now, for a ship that is available in the game that's tier 8, the Ipiranga. The Ipiranga came out with the new release of the Libertad line for the Pan Americans. Very, very, very strong brawler. It's one of the strongest tier 8 brawlers at this point. It's only really missing torpedoes. Now, compared to the tier 9 and the tier 10, it is more easily sittable than compared to the other ones. And that is due to the fact that the Citadel is more out of the water. So it is easier for this ship to get Citadel than compared to the tier 9 and tier 10. So you don't want to show your broadside. If you do, you're going to get absolutely deathstruck, so don't do that. But if you stay angled and use your good maneuverability to kind of like drift dodge your shots and let those secondaries go to work, then you'll have yourself a very wonderful time playing this ship. So those are the tier 8 suggestions, but let me know what you guys think of these suggestions so far. So far we've done the tier 5, 6, 7, 8, and now we're going to be moving on to tier 9. And these are all my suggestions for top battleship carry ships. These are like the best jobs to go in and just try to carry matches, right? The next ship, surprisingly, it's going to be the Georgia. The Georgia, very maneuverable, very quick, really good engine boost. You can build this ship in multiple ways, either as a mid to long range AP throw-in sniping machine, or you can build it as a strong secondary boat as well. The Georgia, you can also build, like I said, for secondaries or for main guns for medium to long range. It does have a very nice engine boost, which makes you go pretty quick. It's one of the quickest battleships in the game with that engine boost. It's very strong overall, really good at helping carry flanks or doing that. Now, another ship is going to be the Valparaiso. And I'm going to explain why, okay? We all have seen videos, people streaming it, people playing it. This thing can tank as much as a Conqueror can at tier 10. And what this ship does, compared to all these other ships that can tank, is that it's rewarded for being aggressive. And the reason why is because of the combat instruction, where if you hit an enemy with a secondary shell, you get 8% of your combat instruction. If you destroy a ship, you get 100. You are rewarded with a 95% quicker reload on your heal and DCP. Pretty much, if you activate this, you get your heal back in 3 to 4 seconds. And then you get your DCP back in about 4 to 5 seconds, right? And you can keep repeating this over and over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over and over again. Which is absolutely insane. The tanking ability of this ship, you legit have to either run away from this ship to where you're outside of its secondary range of 12 kilometers, or you have to dev strike it either by hitting its citadel that's right here. You can hit the citadel. You can. If it's broadside, you can dev strike it with a battleship AP salvo. It can. It's not the hardest of citadel. Pretty easy. Or you dev strike it with torpedoes before it has a chance to reload its heals and damage control. But overall, this is probably one of the most broken pay-to-win ships in the game. And I want someone to try to tell me otherwise. This ship right here, one of the highest pay-to-win ships in the game I have ever seen. And I have played ships for 5-6 years at this point. 5, 6, 7 years. I played since beta, and that took a few year break, and then I came back. This is one of the biggest pay-to-win ships in the game. You can't tell me otherwise. It's one of the biggest pay-to-wins. And if you have another ship that's like this, let me know. I'm actually curious. So, moving on back to hard carry ships, the Los Andes. The Los Andes is a tech tree ship you can get as well currently. It has great secondaries, great main guns, great maneuverability. Even with the nerf to the secondaries, it's still extremely strong. Extremely strong. It does really well in medium to long range engagements. The secondaries will just kick anything's ass with its combat instruction. It does really well. It has the combat instruction for the secondary modifiers. So the more damage this thing takes, potentially wise, or hitting ships with the main guns, it'll get its combat instruction quicker. And with both the Los Andes and the Valparaiso, if you have the Lisboa Legendary Commander, it just makes them even more broken. It makes them even more strong. With the Relentless Fire, where if you hit a ship with 175 times of main and secondary guns combined, you get a quicker gun reload and a quicker secondary reload. So this commander just works so well with these ships. It is designed perfectly for these ships. Along with its Master and Commander, it makes the ship 5% quicker, and it makes it where you have a 20% extra boost to your combat instruction at the start after you've done 2 combat instructions. So if you've activated the combat instruction twice, the third one then on will have a 20% bonus to when 20% already done permanently for the rest of the combat instructions in that match, which makes it even easier to get your heals back quicker. And for the Los Andes, it makes it easier for you to get your damage boost for the secondaries, which already are strong, and it makes them even stronger. So those are the tier 9 hard carry battleships for tier 9. Now the final tier for this, it is going to be the Wisconsin. Really good battleship overall. It's pretty much a Iowa that's been boosted up to tier 10. It has a immediate systems reload combat instruction, where you get a 50% reload boost to your main batteries and a consumable preparation reload time of 80% quicker. So you get your heal back quicker, your damage control body back quicker, all of your consumables you get back quicker. This ship does really well at medium to long range engagements. You do not want to play the ship close, because if you do, again, this is a Iowa hull, and it's not the good Iowa hull. it's the A version. So not the good version, it's the bad version, right? So you don't want to be really aggressive with it. You want to be more mid to long range, maybe around like 14 kilometers and away further. And this thing will be really good. Wisconsin is one of the most accurate battleships in the game. Very strong AP, very good HE as well. It has 406s. Very good overall. Very impressive ship. The other hard carry ship that's on this list you can get currently is going to be the Colombo. I don't know how many of you know the Colombo and its unique upgrade, but I'm going to explain it a little bit here. So the Colombo itself isn't what makes this ship a hard carry ship. It is the Colombo with the unique upgrade. This unique upgrade decreases the reload by 6%, as well as making the dispersion 6% better. Now, to us, or just reading that, 6% doesn't sound that much. But that's all this ship needed to go from being an average to okay ship to being absolutely broken. And with the ship's 381 millimeter sap rounds, you do like 20k average to battleships that even just say hello to you. You absolutely wreak havoc on them. Give them, yeah, they just don't have a good time. If you're pushing a flank with the ship, and to top it all off, it has amazing the rear turrets are 360 turrets, right? So this thing is meant to be a good pushing mid to long range. You can push in with it, bow in, and these turrets can be facing forward, and you just turn it you can angle yourself like this and then shoot them off this way, or then you angle this way and shoot off to the side. You can always have 16 guns on a target when you're bow in. Now, if you're cutting away, it's going to be hard to get the 2 front turrets off of each side. But if you're bow in pushing into the enemy, you can just have this here or here, and you're just able to wiggle back and forth as you move in. And to top it all off, when you need to leave the situation, if you're getting farmed out, you just activate your exhaust smoke and you're able to turn out and run away as quickly as you can to try to survive the situation. I would honestly say the Colombo unique upgrades, one of the most game-changing battleships that they've done with the unique upgrade. It's definitely one of my top recommended unique upgrades in World of Warships to get on a ship. It makes this ship from an okay to literally a god tier ship in all aspects of the game. Ranked randoms, clan battles, you name it, it completely changed the game with how good this ship is. So this is my top 5 carry battleships by tier. If you guys have your own suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'll be doing this for cruisers, destroyers as well in separate videos. I don't know when, I don't know if I'll do one for submarines and CVs, due to the fact that there's only 3 tiers that they're in, tier 6, 8, and 10, so we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Put in your own suggestions in the comments. Thank you guys all for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.